700 years ago, a group of disgruntled barons ushered King John of England onto this plain, known as Runnymede, and forced him to sign the Great Charter, which has become a legal heritage among the democracies of the world. Not far from this noted landmark is the castle to which the frustrated king was permitted to return after signing the immortal Magna Carta. Windsor Castle has been the chief residence of the sovereigns of Great Britain for over 850 years, during which time it has passed through many vicissitudes. But this old round tower has long been the central feature of the castle. Situated on an elevation overlooking the town are the royal apartments in which the royal family resides while at Windsor Castle. In the latter part of the 11th century, William the Conqueror built a castle on this site, but the present one dates from Henry III, who reigned in the middle of the 13th century, with many later modifications culminating in a complete restoration begun in 1824 and completed in the reign of Queen Victoria. During its long and eventful existence, the traditions of architecture have been well perpetuated in the castle as well as in the royal buildings which surround it, one of the most impressive of which is this old Elizabethan masterpiece. The town of Windsor is a dignified residential city, thriving on the pomp and ceremony associated with the castle. Its Guild Hall, dating back to 1686, was completed by the famous English architect, Christopher Wren. Almost as traditional as its architecture is the British sport of horse racing, and Ascot Heath, about 6 miles from Windsor, is perhaps the oldest official racing meet in all of England. The Ascot races, instituted in the year of 1711 by Queen Anne, have always had royal patronage, and although the land on which the meetings are held belongs to the Crown, the races are well attended and enthusiastically supported by all classes. Although Ascot has one of the largest and most up-to-date totalizators in the country, bookmakers do a flourishing trade on both sides of the course. A bookmaker and his assistant, known as a penciler, need a keen ear and a quick brain. Now and then, heavy odds might go against a bookie and cause him to go out of business on the spot. But this is a rare occurrence, and generally speaking, his reputation for fair play is seldom questioned. And now they're off again. The flying of the royal standard above the royal enclosure indicates the presence of the king and queen. No pictorial resume of traditional England would be complete without including at least a few of its ancient cathedrals, one of the oldest of which may be seen here in the city of Lincoln. Lincoln is situated in northern England and has many items of historic interest, but its famous cathedral is usually the main attraction for all visitors. Among its cherished possessions is a contemporary copy of Magna Carta. Situated as it is on a hill overlooking the city, it can be seen from all angles, each one of which presents an individual architectural achievement. When we realize that the founding of this magnificent cathedral dates back to the year of 1075, we can appreciate how well the exponents of Christianity built their houses of worship in this part of the world. Christianity was first brought to England in the year of 597 by St. Augustine, who was sent from Rome as a missionary by the Pope. The ancient town of Glastonbury owes its origin and its fame to its celebrated abbey, which is said to be the first and greatest house of the oldest and most famous monastic order, representing the earliest Christian foundation in England. Under Dunstan, who became abbot in 940 and introduced the Benedictine rule, this abbey became a center of light and learning in the Christian world. The cathedral at Wells is one of the smaller but one of the most attractive cathedrals in England. The present building was begun in the latter part of the 12th century. Continuing along our cathedral trail, we visit the town of Salisbury, situated on the plain where William the Conqueror once reviewed his troops. Here, too, the dominating factor of interest is the Salisbury Cathedral, which was begun in 1220 and completed 38 years later. In contrast to the famous landmarks of Christianity is this unique worshiping place at Stonehenge, where the ancient Druids are believed to have celebrated the rites of their prehistoric faith. These monoliths of granite and sandstone are believed to have formed an altar of worship upon which human sacrifices may have been offered. According to scientific calculations, this mystery in stone was erected about 1,700 years before the dawn of Christianity. From ancient times, Stonehenge has been an object of human curiosity and conjecture, and no one has been able to reveal undisputed evidence of its origin or purpose. But it is generally agreed that these mystic monoliths are the remains of a sacred temple dedicated to the sun god. And so the tradition of worship goes on through the ages, creating hope and faith in the hearts of mankind.